Guys, time is the only resource that we can't get more of. And I want to commit as much time as possible to putting out content that helps more people just like you. The only way that I can do that is if you like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Please give me feedback and help me help you. Jackson.
Yeah.
You want to sit right here, buddy?
Yeah, I'll sit right here.
Steven.
Oh, let's do it.
Jackson, I want you to be the client today. Okay? We have a scenario yet?
No scenario. Just kind of talk to us.
All right. We're just going to do a real generic one then here and say that, let's say that you had a telemarketed lead and they connected you. Steven's the agent they connected with, and your name is Becky, because I want to hear you do a woman's voice. And you are turning 65 and you don't know anything about this stuff. All right? You got a little fuzz right here. I got you.
Thank you.
All right, so you start off talking and introduce yourself.
Was it a telemarketed lead?
Yeah, it was a Filipino telemarketer.
Okay. Haven't worked many of them, but all right.
Let me tell you how it goes. Filipino telemarketer
I'm
calls you up and says,
sure it's the same as any other.
Hello, Stephen.
no.
Hello, Stephen. My name, it's me, Esmeralda, and I have Becky on the line, and she's new to Medicare, and she wants you to help her. And, so I'm going to let you help her, okay?
Okay, great.
all right, now go.
Hey, Becky, this is Stephen with Medicare Gurus. How are you this morning?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. How are you, Steven?
I am awesome. Thank you for asking. I want to respect your time here, and I understand that you're starting Medicare pretty soon, and we're looking to find out a little bit more information. Is that right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. Have you been doing some research yourself, or how much have you been educating yourself on Medicare?
Now, Steven, let me tell you something. There's been a bunch of people call me, and they ain't helped me in none. I don't know nothing.
Great. So my job is to educate you, Miss Becky, and by the time we get off the phone today, you're going to know everything you need to know about Medicare and what policies that will be best for your situation. So,
Now, Steven, is this going to take a long time?
no, ma'am, it should take about 15 to 20 minutes at the most. Is that going to be okay with you?
Well, if you make it worth my time, maybe so.
I promise you, I'm going to treat you right, Miss Becky. First thing we got to do is get a form filled out. Do you have a cell phone number that I could text you something, a link that you can open up?
I sure do.
All right. Boop, 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 boop. A couple minutes later, Miss Becky signed the scope. So thank you for signing that. It's going to allow us to talk about all these plans that are available for you and let you decide which route is going to be best. So the first thing I like to do is just get you to understand what all Medicare consists of. Do you have a piece of paper, Miss Becky?
Here, let me grab one.
Great. Okay, go ahead and get that out.
Okay.
And I want you to write a big T chart on it.
Big T.
Yep, a big
Okay.
T chart. And on the left side, I want you to write Medicare.
Okay.
And on the right side, I want you to write I pay.
I pay.
I pay.
Okay.
All right. So on that left side of the paper, go ahead and write that Medicare is going to pay 80% of all your medical bills, and write 20% on the side that you pay. Okay, this is the most important part, Miss Becky. I want you to understand that all your medical bills are going to kind of be an 80-20 split. There are going to be some small deductibles that you have to meet before this happens, but for the most part, everything that you're going to incur is going to be an 80-20 split with Medicare. And so
that
the problem,
means I pay 20%, right?
that's right, Miss Becky. You pay 20% and it's unlimited, uncapped, so there's no stop loss point to that 20%. And so my job is to fill that risk and plug that hole in Medicare. And so there's a couple of ways that we could do that. We can go the traditional route and pick out a Medicare supplement that is going to pay that 20% for you. Or we can go with the Joe Namath plans that you see on TV, what we refer to as Part C and Medicare Advantage.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen his commercial. That sounds a little too good to be true.
In my opinion, it is. They try to throw the world at you, and when you get down to it and start looking at how the plan works, it might not benefit you as much as old Joe says. And so I want to educate you on what the plan options are in your area, because there are some good plans available, but it's really going to depend on how you feel more comfortable. Do you think you're going to feel more comfortable with the peace of mind of knowing that you're never going to have a medical bill come in over $203? Or would you rather save money every month in premium and kind of pay as you go?
Darling, I don't want to deal with a headache and have to pay no co-pays. I'll go ahead and tell you that.
Yes, ma'am. And we have a lot of people that we come across would rather have the peace of mind of just paying a premium and knowing that everything's going to be taken care of when they go to the doctor. And so by going that route, you're going to have a little bit more freedom. You can go to any doctor or hospital that you choose in the country. And so if you have a doctor that you've been using for 10 or 15 years, you're going to continue to see him with no issues. Does that sound good?
Well, that sounds great. Sure does.
Awesome. So I'm going to recommend a Medicare supplement for you. Which Medicare supplement that we recommend really is going to either leave you with the small copay or leave you with just a deductible and a copay.
Okay.
I know you mentioned that you weren't fond of copays, so I'm going to recommend a plan that just leaves you with the small deductible. And so the Medicare supplements is where it gets a little bit confusing, but I want you to know that they're all standardized by Medicare. And so every company out here selling one of these plans is going to be the exact same as the next company selling the plan.
Okay.
And so the plan we're going to focus on today is the Plan G. This is a plan that pays that full 20% that we talked about. And it pays your room and board in the hospital. So if you get hospitalized or if you go to the doctor, you're just going to be responsible for that $203. And after that, everything will be paid for. How's that sound?
Well, that sure does sound great, but how much am I going to be paying for this?
That's the magic question, right? So by all these companies offering the same coverage, my position is an independent broker. And by being independent, I'm able to represent all these companies that sell these plans. And so my goal is to find the best plan for you at the best premium. And so the company is going to be irrelevant. And so my suggestion will just be on a couple of factors. And that's companies with the best rates and companies with the best rate increase history. And so just by looking at the top of the list, I see that company A is going to be the best fit for you. And the price is $95.50. How's that sound, Miss Becky?
$95.50?
Yes, ma'am.
That seems a little steep. Is there anything that's going to be a little cheaper than that?
We could get you a plan that's a little cheaper, but we're going to get back to adding on that copay. And so would you rather pay an extra $20 a month and get rid of the copay, or would you rather save that money and only pay that copay when you go to the doctor?
No, I don't want no co-pays.
Okay, so I'm going to recommend let's stick with this Plan G.
Okay.
And let's just try to get with the best company offering the best rate. And so we're going to push forward with this route. But again, I just want you to know that once we have this plan in place, you're only responsible for that $203, and it's an annual deductible that resets every January 1st.
What's the company name?
Company A.
Company A.
Company A.
So so somebody said this. So say how do I know my doctor's going to take Company A? I'm gonna have to call them.
Okay.
Hey,
So
Stephen, I do got a question for you.
yes, ma'am.
How do I know that Company A is going to be accepted by my doctor? I don't need to get twisted up or nothing, Stephen.
Yeah, so one of the things that people like about having traditional Medicare with a supplement is that freedom to use any doctor. So all you have to worry about is whether your doctor will take original Medicare. And I can go ahead and tell you, Miss Becky, most doctors and hospitals in the country are going to take original Medicare. It's going to be hard to find one that doesn't. And so you can double check, but I can almost guarantee you that your doctor will take this Medicare supplement plan along with your Medicare.
Okay, well, that makes me feel a little better.
Yes, ma'am. And like I said, we have people go this route because of that freedom. So if anything comes up, anything serious, and heaven forbid you were diagnosed with cancer or something, you could seek out a second opinion or go get treatments wherever Medicare was accepted. So again, this is another big thing that people like about having Medicare with the supplement. So I think you're going to fit right in with this crowd, Miss Becky, and you're going to enjoy this plan, and it's going to treat you the best that any plan can treat you. So
Yeah, Steve, this all sounds great, but I do need to talk to my husband a little about it. He doesn't like me just jumping into things like this.
absolutely. If you don't mind me asking, what would be some of the questions that you would ask your husband?
Well, he's just the one that controls all the decisions around here. But he's out in the yard. Let me grab him real quick. Hey, Gerald.
Yeah, get Gerald on the phone if we can.
Hey, Gerald.
That grass ain't going nowhere. Get him in here. Oh. Hey, Gerald, I was just talking to Becky about this supplement that we need to set her up on. And she said that you might have some concerns about what we've suggested here today.
So a buddy of mine down south, Chris Burks, calls this pitching a one-legged. And so a lot of times he'll set up the beginning of the conversation. Is there anybody else
that would help you make this decision right now and try to get them in there in the beginning. So maybe something, it doesn't really happen too often. Normally, if they go in listening to everything, you can get them to make the decision on their own anyway. But that question in the beginning could help you avoid having to find out about Gerald after the fact, because now Stephen's going to have to explain all that to Gerald again. Or Gerald will be like, I don't know about all this. Gerald's actually the harder one to convince most of the time. So, all right.
My default would be, can y'all come into the office?
Yeah.
Set an appointment.
Yeah. So Stephen, so let's say Gerald's all good with it. Try to simulate transitioning from the sales into the application and how easy that is.
Okay. All right.
All sounds good, Stephen.
All right, Miss Becky. Gerald said everything was good. He liked what I had proposed, and I kind of answered some questions for him. So we're going to go ahead and move forward with this application. The first thing I'm going to need you to do is get out that red, white, and blue Medicare card.
Got it.
Okay, go ahead and give me that number. Thank you for that, Miss Becky. Next thing I'll need is just your date of birth and some basic information here.
Okay. So there's a lot of people overthink this transition into the sale. And so, like what he just did, or anything is you just assume, like when people say assume the sale, you're just stopping. You're talking. You're like, we're talking. Gerald says, okay, I like that. All right, well, get out your red, white, and blue card. I mean, you can be that simple. Everybody can have something that just kind of works for them that they're comfortable saying, but a lot of times people really are too concerned with what they say right there to transition into taking the application. If people don't say, all right, I'm ready for you to take the application for me, they're like, oh God, what do I say next? I don't know why, but you just have to start taking the application.
A lot of people are big or asking for the sale. I mean, my ask is just assuming that they're going to buy it.
Yeah.
I just feel like I've explained it to them enough that they understand, and that we're going to go ahead and move forward.
Yep. And then let's say you get
I'm going to make Becky stop me. If she doesn't want the application, I'm going to make her stop me. I'm going to assume the whole time that I'm writing the application. If we get to the end of it, and she said, oh, I didn't know we were filling out an application. Well, you gave me your social, you gave me your Medicare number. Like, it's kind of hard to not know that we were filling out an application. So I'm going to literally make her stop me.
Yeah, like 0.01% will come back and be like, I didn't know we did that application.
But right after I do
inept? Like,
right after I do that MedSup application, I would instantly pivot into the prescription drug plan. So, all right, Miss Becky, one aspect of that was having your supplement in place. And now that we've got that taken care of, we need to look at your drug plan. And so the drugs is probably something I would have got in the very beginning of the conversation when we were going through that scope. Right after the scope, I would probably got all our drugs, because that would have helped me weigh out the Medicare Advantage versus the Medicare.
Medicare plus supplement drug.
Right.
Yep.
But let's just assume that Becky told me she only takes one generic, and I assumed that she was good. After I did the MedSup application, I would say, okay, Becky, we need to go ahead and sign up for that drug plan as well. And so we're going to have to do another application for this. And I would instantly I already have all the information from the MedSup application. I would just tell her, okay, Miss Becky, this is the plan that we're going to enroll you in. This is going to be your drug cost based on the pharmacy that you want to use. And we would go ahead and fill out that application. The way we've been doing it all is through Sunfire. And so Sunfire's been allowing us to do the electronic applications pretty easy. With the email signatures. So
I'll have something else. You guys did a great job. Becky, that was beautiful.